You should have an idea of why you're taking your magnesium before you go and take it.
Oh, and a full year, and that lets you save. Who cares?
Welcome to a brand new edition of Ageless Energy, where we talk about how to burn fat, increase energy, and balance hormones for women over 40. Over the past 20 years as a performance coach, I've worked with hundreds of women that have the exact same struggles you do. I hope to shine some light with this podcast on what can be the most challenging time of your life and let you know there is hope to find success with your health and what you're looking for. Please share and enjoy. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening. I'm super excited to jump into the subject, why magnesium is the most important mineral, specifically for women aged 40 to 60. I'm going to give you a handful of tips. I have 6 prepared for you. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through all 6, but I will do my best. I don't want to rush through it, but I'll do my best to get through them and to get that through them in a timely manner. Hopefully this show will give you enough insight to get you going in the right direction and help you start to see results. And truthfully, we work exclusively with women in particular, usually busy moms. And then the large majority of the women we work with are in that 40 to 60 age range. And that's where we do our research. That's where we have our experience. That's where our audience comes from. So I felt like this was a good chance to resonate with those of you in that age range. You could be getting close to that age range, or you could be shortly after. Of course, age is a number. Sometimes you have someone that's 25 years old and their health is closer to someone that's 45. That's just the reality of it, depending on our lifestyle. So is the rough age range. That's why it's 20 years, right? It's not like 2 years. So it's roughly what we're looking at and who we work with our audience. So I'm just going to make sure we are where we're supposed to be. And it looks like we are. So we do sell magnesium, and we do have a supplement company, and we do specialize in the cleanest ingredients possible. But we're also a lifestyle company as well, lifestyle brand, if you will. So we teach people how to live healthy through nutrition, fitness, and supplementation. I wouldn't say supplementation is the biggest avenue to change your life. Someone actually wrote in and they said something about blood pressure, like and I get questions all the time, so not specifically picking on anyone in particular, but they said, what supplement will help with blood pressure? And I said, well, I can tell you that magnesium will, for sure. And we can talk about different products, but exercise and nutrition, there's nothing above and beyond that's going to change your lifestyle more significantly than that. Sometimes people want to hear that, other times they don't, but I just want to let you know we have a bunch of new people coming into the group more recently, and some of you that have been here for quite a while. So I just want to let you know where we're coming from and why I'm sitting here to help explain this with you guys. I want to mention that not all magnesiums are created equally. Not all magnesiums were developed for the same purpose. So I'll tell you that I'm not sure what I'm going to get into. I'll tell you the differences. I'm not going to tell you the differences of every magnesium. When I'm sharing this information with you about magnesium in general, not all magnesiums are going to help with these particular benefits. You know what I'm saying? If you go buy the cheapest pill form magnesium that's 99 cents at the dollar store, it's not going to give you the results. So if you go and do that and you're like, Drew told me this would help, but you buy some toxic nonsense that shouldn't be sold, in my opinion, shouldn't even be on shelves, then you're not going to see the benefits that I'm going to be sharing with you in this show. But at any rate, okay, my first tip is bone health. So bone health, as we age, all of us, our bones, the density of our bones start to decline. So our bones become weaker. And one of the best ways to increase bone density is resistance training exercise. We actually had someone come in and say, why would I do resistance training instead of cardio. I like to do cardio, just want to do cardio. Like, okay, you're not going to get the same benefits from cardio as you would resistance training, in particular bone density. So osteoporosis should likely be on your minds. If it's not already, it will be soon. So all of our bones as we age decrease in density. I don't know if that's the right word, decrease. I feel like that's not the right fit. But resistance training is a great way to build that bone density. And another one is magnesium. Magnesium can help build that bone density. I'm going to give you a couple others here. I'm not going to get into calcium. It's not one of my favorites because of the controversiality around it. Controversialness. I don't recommend calcium supplements. That's for another subject, another topic. I definitely don't recommend taking magnesium and calcium at the same time. If you're taking magnesium pill and a calcium pill at the same time, that is not working how you think it's working. Your body doesn't absorb the magnesium, the calcium takes over. So so it says, oh, I'm getting how many milligrams of magnesium, shows on the bottle, that's a lie. Your body needs to absorb. It's the same thing with really low quality magnesium supplements, like Epsom salt, for example. You think you're getting like a good amount of magnesium from an Epsom salt bath? You're not, because it's so low on the absorbability scale. Your body's not absorbing it. If you want a higher, more absorbable topical use, you use bath flakes, which is magnesium chloride instead of Epsom salt. So those of you like this age range, maybe you have sore muscles, sore joints, sore from shoveling, sore from gardening, you go and have a nice, hot, relaxing bath. And you put Epsom salts in there. On top of that, you put Epsom salts with multidextrin, fragrance in there. And now we're putting our body into a tub of toxins. We're marinating in our body in toxins. And then on top of that, we see people lighting candles that are toxic as well. And I had someone write in and be like, you know what? I don't really like it when you talk about the toxic stuff, because I like that stuff. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. If you don't like that topic, you don't have to tune into it. The truth of the matter is that those toxins are detrimental to our health. So you want to avoid that type of stuff. You want to read the ingredients on a product like magnesium bath flake. Should have one ingredient, magnesium chloride. That's it. Unless you have some other cleaner, like a essential oil or flower petals, right? Like lavender flower petals that are just lavender, and not the fragrance stuff that's going to cause issues in our body. So I feel like I went on a slightly different angle there that I was meaning to. But so when you're taking your magnesium to help with bone density, it should be a good quality, clean magnesium. On top, and magnesium alone, not with your magnesium with your multivitamin, not with your calcium, just a magnesium. And then on top of that, for bone density, I'm not saying use calcium. You can talk to your doctor about that if you want. Magnesium, you could look at vitamin D for bone health, for teeth health. We need a proper vitamin D. Get outside, get some sunshine. And then on top of that, you need a K2 to help direct where that vitamin D is going to avoid calcification, which is another reason why calcium supplements aren't my favorite jam to recommend. Okay, so number 2, we're looking at hormone balance. So you can use, like, you should be supplementing properly to balance your hormones, right? This is like that menopausal state, right? Look, it could be the perimenopausal, menopausal. This is where your body starts to change. So a lot of women come to us, and I feel like it wasn't really a plan. This sounds funny. Like for me, it wasn't like, and I didn't even realize it, to be 100% honest with you. I didn't realize it was odd for men to train women not being a woman. But you know what I'm saying? So I went to this big conference, and it was all online fitness coaches, and I did all of them. I didn't meet, there was over 100 of us. I didn't meet anyone else that was a male that trained women. And it was the same, right? The women trained the women, the men trained the men. And I was like, I only met myself. I was the only one that was male that trained exclusively women. So that was a bit, I didn't realize it. That was just my life. And it's always been like that. I was raised, like my mother was always there for us, with us, raised as a single parent. And then on top of that, I was very close to my grandmother and my aunt. They were a block away. So I was raised by women. I started teaching fitness classes, all women. The odd male would show up once in a while. Like you'll see in these lives, we have a handful of men that show up, but it's women in particular. So my conversations around helping women for the last 12, about helping clients for the last 12 years is women. So it's not odd. So I guess what I'm saying is it wasn't a plan for me to be like, oh, I want to train or teach menopausal women. I just had more and more people, more and more women coming to me in this age group. And that's where we are now. So I'm very comfortable talking about the hormone balancing and menopause. It's not a big deal for me. I have these questions come in every single day. So what I'm telling you here is that my experience from the questions, comments, and concerns that we're talking about is exactly what you guys in this age group are talking about. So I've just reached this age. I've just reached this place in my life, and workouts aren't working anymore. So the reason your workouts aren't working anymore is because you're in a different phase in life. Nutrition isn't working anymore. So a lot of times people come to us and haven't done anything, to be honest with you. They haven't really worked out much. They haven't had to eat right. And now they're like, I just look at a muffin and I gain 5 pounds, right? So you're at a different place in your life, a different season. So you need to act differently. Like your actions have to represent a different person. So when you were in this state and you didn't need to necessarily eat cleaner, or you didn't necessarily need to work out or as often, now you have to understand you're at a different phase in life and your actions have to change if you want different results, right? And your actions actually have changed. You just haven't realized it. So you may be less mobile, or you may be doing things you didn't do in the past or doing differently now. We just don't, in most cases, our progress or changes in life are so slow, we don't realize they're changing, but they are. So I feel like it's worth recognizing that you're at a different place in life and different actions need to be taken to see different results. And that has much to do with the perimenopause, the menopausal state in particular, and the proper balancing your hormones. Supplementing with the quality magnesium will help with that for sure. I'm going to get into some other tips. I wrote down some notes here. Like I said, I can send you guys, but that's super important. You can look at, we hear a lot of older, not just women in particular, but older age, could be men, could be women in general, but we hear with more and more people getting older, dealing with more depression, more anxiety, types of emotions. And then you look at specific types of magnesium products, like magnesium 3-8 is the only magnesium that can break the blood-brain barrier. That is specific, very specific for mood, depression, Alzheimer's, anxiety, depression, memory, cognitive function. So that's why I'm saying you don't want to just grab any magnesium off the shelf and be like, oh, this is what I need. That's why it's difficult when you hear that prescribed from the doctor, like, oh, just go grab magnesium. And you're like, well, which one? Then you go with the cheapest one on the shelf, because you don't sit in front of a conversation like this with us. We've been specialized in magnesium for 5 years now. So balancing your hormones with a proper magnesium supplement will definitely make a difference. So we found that the healthier that women are, the better they deal with their hormones, the better they deal with balancing hormones, the better they deal with emotions. I mean, you probably have less emotions, right? Like if you're healthier, you're more confident. If you fit in your clothes better, you're more confident. You feel better about yourself. There's less extremes with the emotions, and then dealing with different times of month, or the moods and the emotions, and the relationships. Like that's all part of this life process, especially in this age range. And you haven't dealt with that before. I could probably go extreme and say I might know a little bit more about that than you do if you've just started experiencing it. And we've been doing it. We've been experiencing different clients in different situations and questions and research for years now, helping women in specifically this part of their life to help them. I don't want to say, I'm not like a big fan of like get through it, like just get through it or just survive. Like I'm talking about surviving. We have some amazing testimonials from our clients that they've never felt better. They've never looked better. They have more confidence. Someone just said, I think it was Angela, who just wrote a testimonial, and she talked about she's moving her body, doing different exercises that she hasn't done since grade school. And now we got her into a proper program. She's down, I think she's down over 30 pounds now, feeling fantastic, looking great, increased confidence across the board. So that's like in that situation where you're seeing involved in an exercise program, you're seeing changes in your life and in your body. It's much more easier to deal with those up and down mood swings that come with menopause, or they come with the gaining of weight. Think about that. You're gaining weight at a time in your life. You're 45 years old, maybe 50 years old, gaining weight and you've never gained before. That's going to bring different moods that you're not used to. That could bring depression, or that could bring anxiety, thinking about the future. Am I going to gain 5 or 10 more pounds? How am I ever going to lose this? So we understand what you're going through. There's a lot of different emotions, and supplementing properly with a proper fitness routine is definitely going to make a difference. Supplementing properly with magnesium will make a difference in a number of different areas, but starting in a proper eating habits, exercising is going to make a big difference as well. One of the main reasons, so digestion is a big reason that people come to us, and then energy. So we hear from women getting closer to this age range of 40 to 60 that their energy seems to be decreasing. Like they don't have the amount of energy that they used to chase the kids or the grandkids when they were younger, right? Different actions though, like I talked about. So you're moving your body less than before, so you're losing the ability to move as much as you used to. Like in many cases, we didn't sit for hours watching Netflix, right? Like just think about that for a second. And like that's such an extreme case. I mean, it's such a small example that's such a big difference, right? Like just streaming alone, like how long is streaming? Does anyone know? How long has streaming been around for? Like how many, 20 years ago, we used to get up, we would go to our car. Like I'm talking, like it's as simple as this. You get up off the couch, you walk to your car, you drive to Blockbuster or the mom and pop on the corner, you get out of your car and you're walking around and you're looking for a movie. And just think, that's not much, right? But how many things have been eliminated for convenience? So now we sit on the couch and we pick a movie. And still, like, if I don't bring those little things up, people think, oh, like I'm just as active as before. No, you're not. I can guarantee it. Because life has changed. Society has changed. Like we could sit on our, like, when in history have we sat and been like entertained or disappeared from our own reality by scrolling through a news feed for 2.5 hours, and it feels like 10 minutes, right? That's a sedentary lifestyle. That's much different than life was before. And of course, you were burning body fat at a higher rate before because you're moving your body. Maybe I wouldn't be able to use this example in 30, 40 years because so many people are going to be sedentary. We have to put in the extra effort to be moving our body. But that all comes with energy, like energy in particular. Like we need to move our body to gain energy. But if you look at magnesium in particular, magnesium helps with ATP production, which means that it will naturally give our body more energy to be moving around and feeling better about ourselves. And the challenge there is that we have to change our lifestyle a little bit to help that magnesium help. Like if you're taking a magnesium supplement and you're laying on the couch for 3 hours in the evening binging, which is fine, I have zero judgment. I'm just saying like that action is going to make it more challenging for you to gain energy or to have energy. Well, then some people are like, well, I'm only laying on the couch because I don't have energy to get up. They go hand in hand, right? You can take the best supplements in the world, but if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, those supplements are going to show a very small benefit. One of the things we find at this age group between 40 to 60 is we have more like sore joints, like our joints start to ache a bit more, right? You can look at restless legs, could be more apparent. You may have had restless legs in the past, but they're more apparent now, or they're just starting. So it's important to understand that these changes in life, like I guess they could have been there, but they're more apparent now. So again, you have to take different action to see a different benefit that you've been seeing. Magnesium is a natural relaxant, which is why it helps with digestion in particular. It helps with bowel movements, which doesn't, if you're prone to diarrhea, it doesn't mean it's going to give you diarrhea. Magnesium is like an adaptogen. has over 300 enzymatic functions in the body. It's going to fill in where your body sees the most lack. So let's say, for example, most of the reasons our clients or customers come to us for magnesium is chronic pain, digestion, energy, and I should know, right? Chronic pain, energy, digestion, and sleep. Sleep, of course. You guys aren't sleeping at this age either, right? We'll get into that in a minute. So those are the 4 main reasons people come to us for magnesium in particular. So when someone comes to us and they're like, will magnesium help with this? Usually I look at the 4. And I'm like, are you struggling with one of these 4? And most people are. So I said, it will. So you'll mostly see it. So someone says, well, why do I see it in sleep? And someone else, well, why do I see it in digestion? Right? And here's the thing is that they're all connected. Right? If you have better digestion, you're going to have better energy. So let's say magnesium helps with digestion. You're going to naturally have more energy because you're not going to have, I completely lost my train of thought. If magnesium helps with digestion, you're going to naturally have more energy because all of your resources are not going to your gut and intestines and trying to figure out what's going on there. Like, I think everyone knows what it's like to have an upset stomach. It's like your whole world is upside down. Or if you have any history of digestion issues, it's terrible. Dorothy and I both went through our own different levels of digestion issues, and we both healed ourselves through different steps, which is why we teach that to our audience. And because we have the experience and knowledge to get yourself from a very challenging state to a 100% healthy state. So we know what it's like to be super miserable with digestion issues. So if you're taking magnesium and it helps with digestion issues, it's going to naturally help with energy issues. And then you could look at chronic pain. If you have chronic pain, and the magnesium helps with the chronic pain, including restless legs, sore joints, you're going to naturally start to sleep better. So that's why these 4 pillars, you could call them, all benefit as a holistic or as a full picture. It's not just one thing that magnesium is going to help with. And these are just our 4 pillars. There's a number of other things that it can help with. Like I was talking about magnesium threonate in particular with mood, anxiety, and depression. So in my opinion, Sharon says sore joints. Thanks, Sharon. In my opinion, everyone should be taking magnesium. Everyone, especially if you're in this 40 to 60 range as women. But men should be using it right as well, right? Like I use it every day. I'll tell you a quick story here. Dorothy and I are away right now. We're traveling a bit, enjoying some beaches and palm trees. And we didn't bring enough supplements, which is crazy, right? Let me preface. We were having such a good time here that we extended our stay. We're like, we don't want to leave. We're staying longer. So we're running out of our supplements. And I don't really want to take anyone else's supplements. We only brought enough for the time we were going to stay. And then we're like, let's not leave. So we extended our stay. And we're running out of magnesium, but other supplements, charcoal, greens, all of our supplements that we travel with and take on a regular basis. So we're starting to ration ourselves. And we both feel like a little bit like Dorothy's just did a race here in just the other day, and she's training for a half marathon. So we're rationing ourselves, and we both feel like a little bit like Dorothy feels like she's not recovering quite as fast without the magnesium. I feel like charcoal and greens have their own benefits that were like, it's not like drastic, it's not like wow, but we've been taking them consistently for so long. You start to notice little things that help if you're on full dosage all the time. We hear that often from our customers, and I'll tell you, I tell this to our customers, and they say, I don't know if the magnesium is really working. They say, and I say, we'll get off it. And like, what do you mean? I said, well, stop taking it. If you don't know if it's working, then stop taking it for a few days and see what happens. And I can tell you, there's a very high percentage of people that are like, oh, you're right. I started to notice this to come back, or I didn't know it was helping with this. And there's the mailman right there. I've been talking to him every day about my package. And if you guys weren't here, if I wasn't live, I would go. I'd go talk to him and be like, did you find my package yet? So heartburn, gas, bloating, indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, those are all on different levels of the digestion spectrum. Like you have heartburn because of digestion issues. So yes, magnesium helps with heartburn for sure.
One of the things I would like to ask of you guys is that some of you know that I don't run ads on the show and don't plan on in the immediate future. So the only ask I have for you is that you help us spread the word so we can help more women burn body fat, increase energy, and balance their hormones. And the only way that we can do that is if you can rate and review this podcast. So the single thing that I could have you do or could ask of you is to leave a review. It'll take 5 minutes or one swipe of the thumb. It would mean the absolute world to me. And more importantly, you could change the world for someone else. As many of you know, there's plenty of women that struggle in this age group for balancing hormones, increasing energy, and burning body fat. So if you could help spread the word, that would make a big difference in our life and probably someone else's as well.
So I guess I'm just going through my tips here that I wrote down. And I mean, energy, I said energy metabolism is the same. Once you increase your energy levels, you increase your metabolism and helps you burn body fat. So I'm not going to run around and saying, hey, take our magnesium, it's going to help you burn body fat. But that is a byproduct. As you increase your energy levels, your ATP production, your metabolism starts to speed up. You start to burn body fat at a higher rate. It's not like we're not one of those pill, potions, powders company. I believe in the whole picture, but definitely magnesium will help increase your metabolism. And then I wrote down here, I was doing some research around blood pressure and insulin levels, because we had this conversation about foods that spike your blood sugar levels. And like what we want to do is have a consistent blood pressure. We don't want spikes or drastic drops. And that's what sugar does, right? Like sugar spikes your blood. I'm talking about refined sugar. Refined sugar spikes those blood sugar levels. But it's really difficult, like, to explain in a short show like this. Like most things, like a lot of things, will spike your blood sugar levels. Of course, the higher amount of like a refined sugar, but you could have like a carbohydrate could spike your, like, increase your insulin levels. But I don't want to get into that too much in depth. But magnesium in particular can help level out your blood pressure so it's not so up and down. You also have to look at your nutrition, right? It's not just like, I'm going to take this magnesium and I'll never have a spike again. But in particular, like if you have diabetes, or we have a lot of people that come to us and they're like, my doctor says I'm in danger of diabetes. I need some help. And like, okay, let's get it going. Like, let's get you eating properly. Let's get you exercising properly. And then let's get you into proper supplementation. And magnesium is one of those ones in particular that'll make a difference with your blood pressure. The most magnesium in our body naturally is in our heart. And I believe that's in our left ventricle. The reason that your heart beats is because of magnesium. So it's kind of a crazy thing. Like, and the thing is that most people don't supplement with magnesium. So we struggle with that heart health. Like, you can look at cardiovascular health in particular. And Rebecca says magnesium has taken away my palpitations. Awesome. That's such a great testimony. Rebecca, thank you for sharing that. And it's really cool. We did a live show on last week, and I talked about protein. And I was talking about our clients, and it was so cool to have our clients jump in. And our MAP clients, and they're like, Dion was like down 18 pounds. Angela was down 28. I think she's down 31 now. Deanne was down 20. Anyways, I was having this conversation about our MAP program and how well people are doing in balancing macros and protein. And we had our client, they were just watching, and they started sharing their results. I thought it was amazing. It's just nice, right? Like, I could sit here and tell you all kinds of stuff, but to have someone else that has been through our program, or someone else to tell you about the results, like Rebecca sharing her results, and it's across the board. Like, we've been doing this for a number of years now, and we have incredible results with our magnesium. You don't have to take our magnesium. If you want to try someone else's, that's fine. Like, of course, we appreciate your support, but we're not like, we can't be friends if you're not going to use our products, right? We hope that we offer enough information, enough value that you want to give it a try, and you'll see. Like, it's very rare we run into someone that tries our magnesium and doesn't see the benefits. In fact, in most cases, they'll say, I've been taking magnesium for years, and didn't notice anything until I started taking yours. And there's a number of different reasons. I mean, there's a number of different reasons. Is because we have three of the most important magnesiums, I feel, for a well-rounded magnesium supplement, different than an isolate. So we have magnesium threonate in ours product, and it's just threonate. If you look at other magnesium threonates on the market, they all have like flavors, titanium dioxide or silicone dioxide. They all have like nonsense that shouldn't be in there. And it's really difficult to be in my position and look at all these products, and they actually charge more for a lower quality product. But at any rate, we have magnesium threonate in our product. We also have magnesium glycinate. You might see it biglycinate is the scientific name, or I don't know what that word is, but biglycinate and glycinate's the same. We also have magnesium chloride. So glycinate is better for digestion, for example. Threonate is better for brain health, and then magnesium chloride is better for muscles, joints, etc. On top of that, we have a potassium in ours, which is a fantastic electrolyte, great for muscle health. And we run a fitness and nutrition business, so putting potassium in there, most people are potassium deficient. It's also very seldomly talked about, is increasing, or the benefits of increasing your potassium levels. So those are 4 different ingredients, including a flavoring that we put in. So we don't have any additives, we don't have any toxins, we don't have any fillers. It's just pure, and we sell ours in liquid form. So if you're taking a pill, for example, your pill, that has to be taken orally. It has to be broken down by your intestinally, then it has to be rehydrated into a liquid form, then it goes into your bloodstream. Then you start seeing benefits, right? All those steps reduce the amount of absorbability and the amount of magnesium your body is actually receiving. We have a high quality liquid magnesium. It's already in liquid form, so it processes differently. It doesn't have to process through the digestive tract to hit your bloodstream. So that's why we see such incredible benefits through our magnesium, because it's a cleaner product and it has a balance. Usually you'll go to the store and you'll find like a lower quality magnesium citrate. Like, why are you taking that? I don't know. Someone told me to take magnesium. Like, you should have an idea of why you're taking your magnesium before you go and take it. So those are my 6 tips on why women in particular, age 40 to 60, should be taking magnesium supplements. I hope that was helpful. You can head over to our website, trueformlife.com/shop, if you want to grab any of our products, or if you want to try our liquid magnesium. We do. So our two main flavors are spearmint and orange. Let me know in the comments if you like which one your favorite is, orange or spearmint. We have seasonal flavors that come out. We have a peach that's going to be sticking around next fall because people love it. We have a raspberry splash that comes out every summer, and that goes bonkers. That's our best-selling flavor. And right now we actually have a seasonal flavor. I don't know how many we have left, not a ton. Our seasonal flavor is pumpkin spice. So if you want to try pumpkin spice, that when that sells out, it's gone, and I don't even know if we'll bring it out next year. So you know what the challenging part is that, like, supplements across the board, like, without question, supplements make a difference. Like, if we were to look at our clients alone, those that supplement and those that don't supplement, most of them do, I should say. Like, most of them our clients do, but you have a few that don't, or a handful that don't. You see a clear difference in results from those that supplement and those that don't. So we know that from research, from our own experience. You have those people like, oh, natural supplements. You hear all kinds of crazy things like, oh, you just pee it out, or they don't actually do anything. But I don't believe that low quality supplements work. I don't. And I feel like a lot of people go to, like, the pharmacy, they go to Costco, they go to the dollar store, and they've tried supplements and they don't work because they don't work. But once you are willing to invest a little bit more, like, cheap quality supplements don't cost anything. But if you're willing to invest a little bit more in your health, invest a little bit more into your products to get good quality, then you will, without question, see results. And you'll see here in the comments here shortly. Cue the comments. Come on, guys. Don't leave me hanging. I'm just kidding. But okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. This has been fantastic. If we can do anything to help out, again, we're only a message away. We're always happy to do whatever we can to help improve your health or improve your experience. I had this. Okay, one more thing. I had this. I was working with a manufacturer, and I was like, hey, I called them on the phone, and I was like, no, I don't know if it was email, and then I called them, and I was like, hey, could we get this put through? And they're like, oh, if you go to the website, it's 15% off. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then their website, they had like hundreds of products, and I'm like, you want me to sift through all your products to get 15% off when I'm on the phone with you? It's like, we want to make it, like, we're the opposite. We want to make it as easy and as simple as possible for you to order, because there's a better chance you're going to order again, right? Like, we run a business. It's not a nonprofit. So I just terribly odd. So my message is that if you guys, for us, it's easier for us, of course. If you go to the website, hopefully it's user-friendly. If it's not, we are always open to feedback. But you go to the website, you put in your order, and then it goes through our system where it gets shipped out to you, or you pick it up. That's it. But that being said, if you want to call your order in, I'll take your order. That's it. And I'd like to, in the future, as we grow, like we're growing at a rapid pace, like we can hardly keep up. We put more hours into our shipping house and packages over the last few weeks because we haven't been able to keep up with our regular hours. So at any rate, as we grow, I'd like to have someone on the phone that just takes calls, because that would offer more convenience, right? So if you guys want to call in your order, I'll take your order by phone. It's not a big deal. So at any rate, my point is that we'll do whatever we can to help improve your experience and to help you get clean supplements to your door, right? I'm out of here. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks again, and see you soon.